Alright everyone, welcome back again. Before we continue on with any more Reverie Corridor adventures, we're gonna pretty much check out some daydreams right now that I've managed to unlock.
Connecting to Reverie Garden database.
Okay, so I ended up getting a Maiden Melancholy as well as Ultimate Wilderness. So I guess we'll check out... I don't think it really matters what order we look in, right? So here we go. It was in mid-February in year 1207 of the Septian calendar, 2 weeks before the wedding ceremony of Prince Olivert. Nicholas, former Thor student and employee of the Zumerian Railroad Corporation, received a message from Valflame Palace. The palace, it turned out, wanted his help planning the wedding reception's buffet, as the prince was also a Thor's alumnus. In response, Nicholas decided to gather menu ideas from fellow alumni, younger students, and even students from the branch campus. One of those who answered the call was a young student from the branch campus who was far more passionate about cooking than most. I'll need a dish fit for a real wedding that can also be served as a buffet. And only once the judges' approval will get a chance, huh? I can't stop thinking about what Sandy and Tita said. Don't get me wrong, we're not saying your cooking style is bad or anything, but lots of different people will be in attendance, so I think you should avoid anything that'll taste too bitter. And presentation is important. Most people aren't going to be too into eating bugs and lizards. Huh, really? Yeah, that's not in their dietary menu. I need to aim for something that'll be a hit with the average person. I never realized my cooking was an acquired taste. When I look back, it is true a lot of people try my dishes with nervous expressions. I just took it more as nervous excitement. Could it be? Was I really mistaken this entire time? If I was, I need to go talk to everyone who's tried my food to get their honest opinions. The ultimate wilderness cooking. Yeah, a lot of girls are scared of bugs. I don't mind touching them personally, but even I would have to muster up the courage to put one in my mouth. Being afraid of bugs is definitely not just a girl thing. I would run around catching bugs when I was a child, but I never once thought to eat them. Just the thought of food wiggling around is enough for me to... Agreed, not even once. It's unanimous, no one wants to eat bugs. I think I've said this a dozen times, but food shouldn't be bitter or smelly. I don't mind pungent foods, I actually like your cooking, Freddy. But I also see why most would avoid it. Ah, we have a supporter. I'd rather have my food smell normal. So would I, but that's why I see trying pungent foods as a test of will. I never realized this is what you guys thought of my cooking. Looks like the most popular taste buds aren't as cultivated as mine. I'll have to be more conscious of that going forward. If I want to please the masses, then I need to aim for flavors most everyone likes and not make it so pungent. I think if something involving wild game would work, but I don't want something too common like deer or rabbit. That narrows it down to... I think deer and rabbit's fine. What is he going for? Why, Freddy, what a lovely surprise. How are you? Still drumming up ideas on what to present for the royal wedding? Sure I am. That's actually why I called. I'd love to get your input on something. Freddy asked Margarita if she had any thoughts on rare game that would also be palatable for the average person. She then enthusiastically suggested. Oh god, what does she have in mind? The rock patio. So, this is West Languedoc Canyon's rock patio. If memory serves, Class 7 had to come out this way during one of their special ops. According to Margarita, that legendary game should be around here somewhere. But man, this place is something else. But there's all kinds of good stuff crawling inside every nook and cranny here. Enough standing around. Time to get to haunting. Haunting. Oh, I get to control them now, huh? Oh, they're all over the place. The question is, do I want to fight all these enemies?
A great Ginu! Oh, those taste great if you saw some sweet and salty and grill them. Oh, I'm salivating just thinking about it.
Alright, let me go out to the main thing for now. What's my level? I can't even check. Alright, hold on. Get out of my way, dude! Freddy found a wild rockin' ball. Hey, rockin' ball. This does wild grass similar to green onions. It can make for a condiment. Or at the very least, I could use it as rations. May as well grab some. Alright. I won't fight you right now. I'll avoid you. And as I'm reaching the oh my god. As I'm reaching the last of the green markers, I will then move on to fighting some other enemies. Gotta conserve as much health as I can. Alright, where's the next one? Over here? I'm going the right way, right? Yes, I am. Oh my god. Alright, let me get this one. Oh. Okay, cool. I thought I had to fight them. Freddy found a rock tripe. Rock tripe, huh? It's a type of lichen that grows on rock walls like this. It doesn't have much flavor on its own, but it could still come in handy. I can probably use it to make a sauce to go along with the main dish. Alright, so now that I know I don't have to fight them, let's just kill them away. Hi, you. I missed. Hi, you. Globby fat. Okay. Thank you for you. How many more? Oh, the main one's over there. Okay. Well, while I'm at it. Yoop. Yoop. What's this one over here? Oh, same friend. I missed. Not anymore. Freddy found a beehive. Well, I'll be. A beehive is practically a perfect find. Every part of it can be used for something. The recipe won't call for any bees or larvae this time, but honey is always useful. Ah, finally thinking clearly now, aren't you, Freddy? Alright, let's get rid of this bad boy. Depth perception is not my forte right now, apparently. Huh? I knew I sensed something. I only caught a glimpse of it, but it definitely gave off a different vibe than the other monsters roaming around. That must be the legendary wild game. I guess the hunt is on.
Show yourself, Parsnip Panda. I'll stop at nothing to make a fine cuisine out of you.
Alright, I guess we're going after that panda then. Until then, can I... What about that thing there? I'm trying to get to that. Where? Can I drop down? I have to go around. Hold on. Let me... Will this take me lower or higher? I'll find out. It looks like... Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be going lower here. There should be... Yep, okay, cool. Fresh egg, we can always use that. Next set of enemies are over here. Cool. Hi. Hi. Let me see. Am I missing anything else? No? There is some kind of black mass in the ground. I thought I was catching a faint whiff of one. It's a black truffle. Ha! My senses are on another level today. You can't beat the aroma truffles give you. I can't wait to see how this dish turns out. Alright, looks like we got all the good stuff. Let me see, now we gotta go for the main game. Higher truffles are really good though. Alright. Depth perception. There you go. Whew. could have sworn that monster I saw earlier ran in this direction. Guess I could scatter some bait to lure it out. An apple? That ought to do it. Come out wherever you are. What monster could resist an apple filled with honey? It's positively delicious. Or come take a bite of me if you want. Oop, there he is. Is he carrying a daikon radish? Would you look at that pointed nose? It looks like a green raccoon. Margarito is on the mirror. Oh man. Itching for a fight, are ya? Fine with me. May the best man win. And to the victor goes the meat. Ha! I should have expected a rare monster to be this fast. I need to finish this quickly. Time for a decisive blow. Any longer and the fatigue is gonna affect the meat's quality. Next time it goes for a big attack, that will be my chance to finish it.
Oh, nice try, but too slow. The next flurry's gonna bleed you dry. Beast bloodletting strike! Rest in peace, little guy. You fought admirably. I give my word that not a single part of you will go to waste.
That was it? And so Freddy obtained the Parsney Panda's meat. Soon the day arrived for him to present his dish to the review panel. It's time to turn things over to our review panel. I, Proud Thor's graduate monk, will be your MC today. Unfortunately, the man behind this whole event, Nicholas, is in a meeting at Valflame Palace about the multi-course menu and can't be here today. Just to remind you all, only dishes that pass our review panel will be served at the Prince's wedding reception banquet. Now, let me introduce you to our esteemed panelists. This ought to be a good time. Let us hope that you satisfy my refined palate. This is my first time inspecting, judging food, but I'll give it my best. Why must I debase myself by dining upon this amateurish attempt at gastronomy? Roselia, Machias, co-worker Inspector Reiner, and Marquis Ballard, huh? Nicholas really got around, I see. And while I have no idea how she made it happen, I'm guessing Muse is responsible for the Marquis' presence today. Who can say? Either way, we should get a wide variety of opinions with these three serving as judges. If I recall correctly, Roselia hates vegetables but loves junk food, right? If that's the case, it's pretty easy to imagine what she'll say. Not to be rude, but I expect the inspector's impressions will be the most standard. My granduncle is quite the Epicurean, so he knows a lot about delicacies. So basically they've gotta please a little kid, some normie and a rich bastard. Wording notwithstanding, yeah. We should get a good balance of opinions like this. I hope everyone participating does their best. With Yuna representing Class 7, we have to cheer her on. Alright everyone, let's put everything we've got into this. It's not like we're practically facing each other, but I'm still excited. Right? Let's do our best. Okay, Annabelle, are you ready? Of course. I'm looking forward to seeing what you whip up, Freddy. Likewise. And so each participant began cooking in earnest, with those who finished bringing their dishes before the judging panel. Let the review process begin. Our first dish is courtesy of current student Sandy. Today I'm serving you Lenheim risotto. This is neither an original dish nor a new one, but it is a dish that I know Prince Oliver loved when he was a child. It's very special to him. Please give it a try. This truly warms the heart. Its full-bodied flavor is elegant in its own way, and yet somehow it also feels like the sort of rustic home cooking one's mother might make. The secret behind its complex flavor is the luxurious moon truffle, is it not? And yet, it's not even the main star of this dish. It simply serves as an accent to the rest of the ingredients. Exactly. I knew you would notice, Marquis Ballard. Of course I would. What do you take me for, some meat and potatoes backwater bumpkin? That said, I never dreamed a student could prepare something of this quality. It seems I'm in for a fine feast today indeed. All of which is to say, this is a quality dish. No complaints from me. It hits the palate so gently that I suspect I'll crave this the next time I have a hangover. Wow, that's a big praise, sir. Thank you. I'm quite fond of this rice porridge. No, what do you call it? Risotto. If I were to nitpick, I would say that it's only lightly flavored. Bah, who let this child in here? The degree to which you are incorrect is infuriating. If you can understand the complexities of this dish, then you have no right to be sitting here. It's not too late for us to call in a new judge. Excuse me? You have a lot of nerve talking about complexities when you look like you'd suck wine off a crumpled up napkin. How dare you? Do you realize who you're talking to? You think you're so great? Please, I'm the elder of the Hexen clan. Can the two of you please resolve your differences peacefully? What's this? The judges are going for the jugular with each other? Their antics aside, Sandy's dish has received a high score. Bravo. Now, let's get back on track, shall we? Grand Uncle can be a handful sometimes. I'm worried about things going forward. It's quite the spectacle. Monk's really handling his job as the MC like a pro. Next is my dish, one bite pasta. I recommend wrapping a single mouthful's worth of pasta around your fork and eating it in one go. It's fun and filling. I see. Points for the straightforwardness. It's perfect for a buffet-style affair. Just looking at it takes me to carb heaven. Tastes just as good as I'd hoped too. Let me see. Bolognese, basil, carbonara, and pepperoncino? I don't even know how to pronounce that. The idea of a single bite being filled with so many different flavors isn't bad at all. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Huh, isn't bad, he says. I think the girls earned a bit more praise than that. Dig deep and find some humanity, will you? What is your issue, child? Why must you constantly talk down to me? I understand that you're just a commoner brat, but surely whatever mongrels raised you drilled some manners into you. Just to be clear, you're a geriatric goat. I'm over 800 years old. If we're gonna talk manners, it is you who ought to find a little humility. Ha! You've been talking nothing but nonsense this entire time. Grah. Is anything going to get scored properly at this rate? I mean, I'm having fun. Same. Either way, it looks like Tita's dish got high marks. She'll surely be able to grasp you-know-whose heart at this rate. Enough, Muse. Don't start any more trouble. Now then, we're up next. Cooked gold salmon. Wow. Huh, the name really does say it all. It looks succulent to be sure, but what makes it so special? Bah, this is why you're all a bunch of amateurs. This is a rare juvenile gold salmon, is it not? They're said to be fattier and more delicious than most after coming and going on a unique excursion of sorts. Yes, we knew you'd recognize it, my lord. You truly do know your stuff. Huh, I had no idea it was such a rare fish. Rest assured, we put the utmost care into its preparation, sprinkling just a hint of salt before putting it into a carefully controlled flame. I see. With such a special ingredient, you'd be remiss to overcook it. Well, I for one am ready to taste it. This is tremendously delicious. You truly are well versed in the culinary arts. I misread you. And yet you're still talking down to me. I could give two tugs of a creepy sheep's tail about being recognized by you of all people. They're hot and they're cold, they're yes and they're no. It's quite illogical behavior. Oh, don't you worry about those two. Against all odds, I think they'll get along just fine. I can't believe they added that reference too. Just in case you guys thought I missed it. No. Given how rare your key ingredient is, do you think you'll be able to prepare this a second time for the banquet? Fear not. The Imperial Fishing Club also has the full cooperation of Lebreau's Fisherman's Guild. There's no fish we can't catch. Those are my fishing buddies for you. Huh. A juvenile gold salmon, huh? If they win, I'd love to give that a try at the banquet. Pretzels. I'm up next. I present to you the Taste of Zemuria Trifecta. Pretzels apparently originated in the Empire, but now they're enjoyed all across the continent and each place has their own special take on them. So this time, I made an Imperial-style pretzel, a Crossbell-style pretzel, and a Lebreau-style pretzel. The latter is for the bride-to-be, of course. Uh-huh. Well conceived, Yuna. I helped her make pretzels not too long ago. I wonder what the LeBro variety tastes like. They smell good. Like, damn good. I'm starving now. We absolutely must have her make some for us later. Very much agreed. I'm all too familiar with the Imperial style. They're somewhat firm. Crossbow pretzels utilize honey and have a uniquely salty sweet flavor to them. Meanwhile, LeBro pretzels are soft and doughy. They taste great, fresh out of the oven. And it would appear as though you've used different types of wheat flour for each pretzel. You can tell? Well, in order to replicate the unique flavors of every pretzel variety, I thought it'd be best if I used ingredients from where each one originates. I even used different water. Oh, excellent attention to detail. Pretzels pair deliciously with other kinds of foods as well. This is the perfect dish to serve at a buffet. Score! Thank you so much. Who would have thought she'd use different wheat and water for each pretzel? I can't imagine her getting anything less than top marks. My turn then. My dish, Stamina Gelato. Red Pit Viper soft-shelled turtle extract, garlic and pepper. I took stamina-enhancing ingredients of all types and fixed them into a dessert with Amorica's high-quality sweet honey. That's definitely the kind of thing I expect from margarita, that's for sure. What does it taste like? I imagine it's the kind of thing you can easily overdose on. Not gonna lie, I kinda wanna give it a try. Just imagine what you'd be able to do after a heaping helping of that, Instructor Reen. Oh my god. It's certainly unique. It's not bad. The spicy flavor of the peppers works surprisingly well here. I like it. I can feel myself brimming with energy. After this, I must head to Raquel immediately. Oh ho ho! Just the reaction I expected. If only Milliam could have participated as well. I'll leave that to Eustace and Reen. I have to make plenty for Lord Vincent as well. Wow, even Margarita's desserts are powerful. I bet if you had some, Tita, you'd be a bit more aggressive. Sandy! And so it was time for the final participant to step forward. This looks to be a wild game of some kind. Is this raw meat? What kind of farce is this? Are you trying to feed us roadkill from who knows where? And raw at that? I've heard some things can be eaten raw, but this doesn't appear to be fresh. This meat, it's enveloped in faint spiritual power. Well, what is Freddy thinking? I want to believe there's more than meets the eye to this. Yeah, this is Freddy we're talking about. He has to have a plan. My apologies. This is the meat of the fabled Parsney Panda, and this dish is only complete with the addition of soup stock. Combined, they are known in the East as shabu shabu. So that's your plan. Ho ho ho, not bad, Freddy. Parsney Panda, huh? I've only ever had it once, but I recall it being delicious. And I've heard of shabu shabu before. Naming conventions aside, you basically just put the meat in the pot, right? Correct, but not all at once. You only put in how much you're gonna eat in the moment. Using your chopsticks, you take a piece of meat and dip it into the boiling water. And once the meat is cooked, you take it out and put the special sauce on it. And see, this seems like fun.
So go on, give it a try.
And so the review panel followed Freddy's instructions and partook in shabu shabu. This is absurdly delicious. I'm overflowing with power. If I keep eating, I might go back to my original form. You'll do what now? Well, that aside, this is certainly piquant. The meat is thinly sliced but wonderfully firm, and it's just fatty enough. The savory flavors of the broth and sauce help to refine the meat into something else entirely. This is truly magnificent. My gosh, I never thought I'd hear a marquee ballad say something like that. Shabu shabu, huh? I've had it once with Master. No fair, I want to try. So how long are we gonna have to stand here and watch these jerks pig out? I'm at my limit. Yeah, my stomach's been growling for ages now. Okay, judges, I think you've had enough. Now it's our turn. Hey, you can't just... Come on down. Even accounting for the banquet, I have more than enough meat to go around. And I, for one, would love to try the other dishes as well. I say we open the taste testing to everyone. Agreed, we all deserve to have some fun. I like that idea. Alright then, we'd better roll up our sleeves and get some more food cooking. But my privilege! I need to get more of this meat before it's all... Not so fast, Granduncle. I'll be taking that, thanks. He should be grateful he was even a part of that whole competition. That was cool. He got to eat some. And so the review panel came to an end without incident, and all dishes presented passed through the process. In lieu of the panel wrapping up, the gang held a taste testing event for everyone to enjoy. Looks like nobody's noticed. That I mixed powdered caterpillar fungus into the shabu shabu sauce. I kind of expected you'd done something like that. Looks like folks can handle that kind of flavor with no problem. That means I can use this dish as a foothold to keep secretly introducing more specialty ingredients into their lives. And then everyone will deepen their understanding of the gourmet world I live in. The future looks bright indeed. Just take it easy, okay? Oh, that ends that one, huh? Obtain the first time bonus on Manly Munchie Shabu Shabu. Alright, let's get to checking the last one.
Rendering browsing interface.
A Maiden's Melancholy.
I bear many a sin upon my shoulders. One is from realizing the Great Twilight, throwing the Empire... No, all of Zemuria into chaos. One is watching Milliam sacrifice herself without so much as lifting a finger. One is using the talent His Excellency the late Chancellor found within me to avenge my father by my own hands. One is tearing my family apart. My crimes are numerous and eternal, and yet I am allowed to remain in the RMP like nothing has changed. That isn't because my sins have been forgiven. If nothing else, I refuse to forgive myself for them. A sinner should never expect to be forgiven. We have no such right. All I can do is resolve to rebuild the world that we had destroyed with my own two hands. That is all I am capable of.
They'll let anybody on the train these days. Figures I'd get stuck riding with you. Wasn't it most joyous coincidence? You know as well as I do that that was no coincidence. You even brought lunch for me. I'm betting you just looked into what the guild was up to and took a guess that I'd be on the specific train. Nothing passes your watchful eye, I see. I expected you'd be tired after all your hard work across the land. Making you a meal was the least I could do. Well, I've gotta admit, those sandwiches were exactly what I needed right now. In all seriousness, thanks for that. I'm glad to see your trip was uneventful. Welcome to Heimdall. I apologize for calling you both all the way here. How gracious of you to come and meet us. I gotta admit, I never expected you of all people to summon us here. Why do I get the feeling you've just wandered into a huge to-do list? I wish I could say you're wrong. But first, would you care to join me for a little girl talk, shall we say? Intruder alert! Intruder alert! They may have access to confidential information. Apprehend them at once. I repeat. Why did this have to happen while the Major is away? Find them, damn it! The intruder is using active camouflage. You'll need to use heat, movement, and others to sensors to... Oh, forget that. Ow! What are you doing? Get up! I didn't do anything. It's like there's some... Pardon me. I should have kept to the edges of the corridor. But I cannot have you speak more of this. Now fall into a lengthy slumber. Is that the Emperor? There you are. Don't move. You're under arrest. Huh? Where'd he go? The optical center isn't picking up anything. How could he vanish so quickly? Well, he can't have gone far. Find him. Yes, sir. It all transpired the other day at dawn while I was away. A record concerning a retrieval operation for weapons used in Crossbell during this past war was stolen. The motive for the data theft is currently under investigation. Huh, sounds like someone's trying to stir up some trouble. I gotta have some stones to sneak up into the RMP hub. An invisible man, huh? We haven't had any reports about it at the guild. Think it's the work of the Phantom Thief? No, neither the target nor modus operandi match Blue Blanc's style. And there's no reason for the enforcers or Anguis to incite trouble in the capital at present. Which means all signs point to Hercules, the Republic's Special Forces unit. But there's no way the Republic would choose now of all times to come at the Empire. Precisely. Plus the optical camouflage the perp used was far more advanced than Ramda. Ultra high grade stealth camouflage that makes short work of any and all sensors. Its very existence is puzzling, but also implies that more classified documents are imperiled. At least, that's what we at the RMP surmise. So it's likely the perp is hiding somewhere in the capital. That'd explain why you'd want our help, huh? I'm glad you catch on quick. You both have strong familiarity with the good and the bad sides of the coin, making your perspectives invaluable. I understand you're both very busy, but might I request your assistance? What to do? Oh, Lady Sarah. The fact that you came all the way out to the capital betrays your enthusiasm. Ugh. I mean, everyone in Class 7's working their butts off all around the country. This is a good time as any for the badass Babes Brigade to show what we're capable of. Needless to say, I will also assist. Lady Claire, the RMP works day in and day out for this country. I wish to ease that burden, if only a little. Thank you so much. I knew contacting you was the right choice. Ah, stop, I'm blushing. But you know, it's kinda sad 3 maidens sitting around midday talking about work. Indeed, we could do with a little color in our lives. Prince Oliver and Lady Scheherazad's wedding the other day was positively lovely. Yeah, wasn't it wonderful? Plus, I hear Fiona and Lieutenant Colonel Neidhart are getting along quite nicely. How are things going with you, Major? Any steamy tales of romance on your end? Well, I've been incredibly busy, so, you know. Speaking of which, I'd love nothing more than to get this investigation started as soon as possible. Come on, weren't you the one who called this girl talk? You're stuck with us until we're done with our tea. After enjoying some lively conversation, discussions on the Invisible Man began anew. And so our investigation begins. Working closely with the RMP as they surveyed the city, they worked to gather eyewitness reports. Sarah also used her guild connections, allowing them to gather a wealth of rumors and information. Sharon then took all they learned into consideration to track a suspicious trail leading down below. And in light of their findings, they were all but convinced that the criminal they sought was hiding somewhere beneath the capital. So every eyewitness reports points to our guy hiding out on the ground. A pity that our findings have only expanded our investigation rather than narrowed it. In a way, yes, but it's a good thing that all eyewitness reports were in similar looking areas. I think if we can narrow down what made our culprit choose these areas, finding them should be easier. And then we can finally relax, so how about we...
Well, this is a surprise.
Is she a friend of yours?
Nope. I thought she was talking to you.
Have we met?
Huh. So you don't recognize me? Well, makes sense in its own way. We haven't seen each other since our families parted ways. It's Isara. Isara Irving?
Same last name as the Major. Indeed. She must be related to the Tenacious. I'm sorry. I honestly had no idea. You've really grown. Growth tends to happen over the years. I'm 23 now. And I've grown. Just look at you. Nothing I've heard has done your pretty face justice. I bet Emil would be showing you off left and right with pride if he were still here. I must apologize, but Whoa, no need to sound so stiff. We used to play together as kids. Next you're gonna call me Miss Irving. Should I call you the Icy Maiden then? Heard that one in the papers. It must be so nice to trash the whole country and still be able to keep your cushy job at the end of it, huh? Hey, you can't say whatever you want just because she's your cousin. You stay out of this one, old hag. Oh. What? I can't be older than by any more than a year or two. Please try to retain your composure. No comeback? Wow, getting old's really sucked the life out of you. Well, I'll be getting back to work. I'll let you carry on with whatever it is you were doing. Sure hope it isn't anything that would make Emil feel more ashamed than he probably is of you. Of course it isn't. Hope your work goes well. Take care. Walking alone can be dangerous. Huh. Man, she just came to berate her? Unnecessary. No amount of time will make my sins disappear. I thought I was well aware of that, but maybe I wasn't. They won't disappear, nor should they. I don't deserve the luxury of running. Though the women continued their investigation for a while after that, they found no new leads. They then decided it was better to call it a day, with Sarah inviting the other two for dinner and drinks. So Isara's that stubborn Michael's little sister, huh? And she's a business consultant? Seems like a capable young lady. She is. She's in demand all over the country, so she's always traveling. She's even doing business with the Revelt company. Sometimes Michael will update me on how she's doing. She's grown so much. I've heard bits and pieces about your family situation. It seems rather complicated. I've heard a little about the company's woes myself. I'm the one who sentenced her father, my uncle, to his death for his crimes. Perhaps things didn't have to be that way, but it's the choice I made in the moment. My family collapsed like a house of cards afterward. The company nearly crumbled into nothing. It should only follow that she despised me. Gotcha. You know, I was able to squeeze in a visit into Northumbria recently after freeing up some time. I wanted to go pay my respects to my dad for her. The first time in a while, really. Oh. I'm sure you're already more than aware thanks to some file or whatever. I'm something of a disaster orphan. My dad found me and raised me. I'm sure he always struggled over his decision to raise me as a Jaeger. Ultimately, he gave his life to protect me. In his final moments, he told me to think about how to live my life. We weren't related by blood, but he still thought of me as his little girl, up till he breathed his last. To me, that's more family than anything. I see. She's absolutely right. The Reinford family considers me family as well. Even when I tried to sever those ties, they refused to snap. Some bonds simply cannot be severed. Would you consider you and Lady Isara the same? I mean, to be fair, I totally get how a stubborn doofus like you would be too paralyzed with guilt to do much. But the next time you see her, look her in the eyes, talk to her, you can move forward otherwise. You're right. In hindsight, I've been averting my eyes from everything since then. From the company, from Michael, from Isara. With the Great Twilight over, the Empire is entering a new era. It may be time for me to start anew as well, to face reality. It seems as perfect this time as any. It seems as perfect a time as any. And look, I'll give you as many pokes and prods as you need. Call it a perk of being in the Badass Babes Brigade. Thank you, both of you. Claire, where are you? Michael? Is something wrong? You sound... I need you to hurry to the Leica district. Isara's in danger. Of course she is. Why wouldn't she be? Thank you so much, Lady Isara. Your business advice is greatly appreciated. On the contrary, Mr. President, I'm the one who should be grateful. By all rights, this company should have gone bankrupt, but you built it back up practically from ruin. This company, it's important. To me, to my brother, and to her. You seem rather forlorn, my lady. Don't worry about it. Anyhow, until next time. But of course, I await your return. Boy, is her skull thicker than ever. Quit trying to shoulder everything yourself, you big dummy. Ah, it's gonna eat at me. Gotta talk to her again while we're still both in the capital. Oh, I know. Michael's got to know her schedule. I think he still in leaves. Must be busy. That reminds me, we still need to wrap up talks on the thing from before. Maybe if he picks up we can... Great. Now it's raining. Lucky me. Huh? This will hardly do. It must not be waterproof. And leaving behind a witness is not ideal. Hello? Sorry for being slow to pick up. You never called me this late. Is something wrong? Oh, Michael. Help me, Michael. Isara? What happened? Isara! Answer me, Isara! Isara? How could this have happened? I only just saw her off. If the invisible man's behind it, then... Yep, we finally got a handle on this location. His hiding place is through the museum and into the underground, right where the dark dragon was. I know the plan was to look into it more tomorrow, but I don't think we have the luxury of waiting. Agreed. It'll take Michael some time to get here from Leaves. I'll let the RMP know so we can get to it. Sarah, Sharon, I'm counting on you both. Understood. Let's capture this mystery man and rescue ourselves a damsel.